Yo, what's going on, guys? My name, of course, is Safely, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, Safely, a commentary? Dude, it's been a hot minute since you dropped one of these. And guess what, baby? We're going to be dropping one every single week from here on out. Recently, I've been kind of brainstorming on exactly what I want to do to be able to be more consistent for you guys. And I know that I have, like, that little, like, rage, trash talking, sniping highlights thing I got going on. That's one that I can do every week, but I figured why not throw a commentary in the mix as well? I know a lot of you guys like to, I guess for lack of a better way to say it, hear me speak. So many of my friends are like, dude, you have that perfect commentary voice, and you guys that have been watching me for a while know that I used to do commentaries way back in the day, so I just figured why not, we can go ahead and pump these out, and it's an easy little upload for me to do. Lets me go ahead and, sit down, talk to you guys, speak whatever's on my mind or anything like that, and yeah. I think what I wanted to talk about today was really just going to be the state of MW2 as a whole currently, and man, it's rough, especially free-for-all. Like, I feel like I get on the game and I'm just playing ranked immediately. Like, anybody that you play against is usually somebody who's coming from ranked and warming up. Like, I can't tell you how many, like, top 250 kids or, like, really high iridescent or really high crimson ranked kids that I've played against. It's at a point where I'm literally playing, like, a ranked free-for-all mode, and it's honestly kind of ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, I am so close to just making my next video. I played ranked free-for-all, like, because that's really what it feels like. And you guys know that free-for-all guide that I made a couple weeks back, the one where I showed you guys all the spots and the stuff where you can go to hit and things of that nature. Free-for-all plays almost nothing like that now, which is crazy. It's done like a full switch since the game is released. If I had $1 for every time that I thought I was doing good, and then all of a sudden a dude that I haven't seen the entire game calls in a VTOL or a chopper gunner, I would be a rich man. I'll never understand the mindset of somebody just running back to a camper and feeding them kills instead of just running into mid, because if we all work together and we all understand that the camper cannot get kills unless you run back there and feed them kills, then they will just move from that spot, or they'll just sit there and get no kills, and that's a W as well. At the end of the day, it's the fact that, Activision and Call of Duty as a whole really just caters to campers nowadays. The maps, at least on the most recent games, have been built specifically for campers on pretty much every game except for Call of Duty Cold War. I cannot tell you guys how much I miss Cold War. We did not realize what we had when we had it, and it's absolutely insane. That is the last true arcade Call of Duty that I think we're going to get for a while, especially because from what I've been hearing in the grapevine and things of that nature, that the MW engine is here to stay and is what's going to be used on all of the future CODs. I'd like to say that, when Treyarch gets their opportunity to actually use the engine, they're going to make something really good, but I just don't see how we can get an arcadey feeling Call of Duty on an engine that feels closer to like Rainbow Six Siege. It's really just crazy to me that Call of Duty continues to have this constant identity crisis trying to be something that it's not, when in all reality, if it was just staying to its roots and staying that arcadey shooter, it would see more success. I'm sick of them really focusing on, Battle Royale or those things. Like, I want them to dive deep into what made them successful in the first place and what makes them Call of Duty, and that, in my opinion, is multiplayer. And I know what some of you guys are probably thinking, like, oh, Safely, but Warzone dropped and it made them really successful, and so many people like Warzone. I'm like, yeah, I get it, man, I really do. I get that people like Warzone, and I'm not saying that that can't be involved, but I do think that the main focus should be multiplayer, always. At the end of the day, man, I have friends that don't touch Warzone whatsoever, but they love to play multiplayer, and at this point nowadays, being somebody who is like that, somebody who doesn't touch Warzone and plays multiplayer, it feels like all of your needs and wants are just being absolutely neglected. And it's not even a situation where Activision, Call of Duty as a whole, doesn't understand what we want. They know what we want. They hear us. They just refuse to actually act or input any sort of action on what we want. We tell them we want red dots on the minimap, and there's a no. We tell them that we want to be able to have map voting, and there's a no. We tell them we want to be able to stay in the same lobby at the very least, and there is a no. It's just every day it just gets worse and worse with things going on. Like, I feel like every other day there's news coming out about Activision and news coming out about Call of Duty that's just negative news. It's just constant negative press, man, and it's kind of crazy. I know that there are a lot of people that are thinking that MW3, the COD coming up, is going to be a really, really bad COD, but me personally, I am holding on to hope, because in all reality, man, the last couple of CODs have done absolutely terribly, and if Activision know it's good for them, they're going to make one that has to be half decent, otherwise they're going to lose out on a lot of money, and when it comes to money, Activision is not going to fumble that bag, because they love that cha-ching, they love those dollar bills. I'm telling you guys, this next game is going to make or break Call of Duty as a whole. Like, if this next game is bad, we are going to turn into the Gears of War or the Halo community. We're just going to be kind of shoved off to the side and laughed at as a joke. I don't think there will ever truly be a Call of Duty killer. Truly, I don't believe that we're ever going to get back what Call of Duty was back in like 2012, 2013, back in those days. But I think that we can get close, but we're never going to get close if they continue to pump out these garbage games that cater to just the casuals. And I get why they do it. They do it because it makes them the most money, it makes them the most revenue possible, but but at the end of the day, when you're disrespecting basically your entire loyal player base, I mean, that's only going to backfire on you. It's at the point now where a lot of creators don't even play MW2, for instance. Like, they just refuse to play the game, they don't touch it. Like, so many people have told me, like, oh man, you're one of the last people that I see, like, still plays this game. And, you know, it sucks to hear that, because the fact that, you know, it's me and maybe a handful of other people that still play and make content on this game, I mean, that's kind of sad in my opinion. Not to mention, apparently I'm one of the only people that still plays, like, regular Respawn multiplayer. So many people that are still playing, like, MW2 are, you know, going over to S&D and doing that, and, you know, no shade towards that whatsoever. I'm sure there's a spot for that, but me personally, I don't like watching that stuff. That's not my cup of tea. You know, I'm always going to enjoy Respawn multiplayer game modes, you know, free-for-all. I even enjoy every now and again watching, like, people play Hardpoint and stuff like that, but I just can't get into S&D, man. I don't know what it is. The honest truth is that the state of MW2 is getting worse and worse. It seems like they're not really doing anything to fix it, and it's going to be very, very hard these next couple months to power through and continue to make content on the game, but I'm going to do it because at the end of the day, I want to bring content to you guys on the newest COD, and that's just what I'm going to set out to do. And it may be painful every now and again putting myself through the lobbies that I put myself through, but honestly, I do think there's a payoff. I do think it's great that I can upload a video and see you guys commenting saying that you love the content, that you love that I still play MW2, or even just seeing you guys hype up clips on the game. Like, that's great to me. To some extent, because there's so few people that actually still play Respawn multiplayer, I almost feel like I have a, you know, some sort of, what's the word? I have, like, some sort of responsibility, I guess, should I say, to actually continue to play it and continue to put it on the map to some extent. And I'm not even just talking free-for-all, man. I'm talking Respawn in general, because so many people are making that transition. All I can say is that if the next Call of Duty is absolute garbage, I'm still going to try and play it. But man, I am really hoping that that is not the case, because at the end of the day, guys, Activision isn't dumb. They may make dumb decisions, however, I know that they know what they need to do. I know that they know what we want, they just refuse to act on it. But, you know, this time around, man, I don't think they're going to remove SBMM or anything crazy like that, but they gotta implement some of the things that we're looking for and some of the things that we want, because if we get another game that is basically a carbon copy of MW2, it's pretty much over for our entire community and our entire franchise. I think this is the one situation where if this game is bad, Activision probably will not be able to bounce back. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap everything up here. It looks like I've been rambling for about 10 minutes or so, and I don't want to make sure that my thoughts are somewhat coherent, because at this point I'm just gonna start rambling about more stuff. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I really love making commentary-esque videos, and I would love to bring these to you guys on a weekly basis. Hell, I can even drop 2 if you guys end up liking them so much. But yeah, I really did enjoy making this video, like I said, guys, and if you guys do want to see more of this, make sure to smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you are new. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.